If Angus Taylor thought removing Sussan Ley to take the top job with the federal Liberals was mission accomplished, he was in for a rude shock. Moments after winning the vote, which was 34-17 this morning, Labor and its slick social media outfit dropped this little gem.
So who is new Liberal leader Angus Taylor? He's just another Liberal. He's a leftover from the Morrison government. As Shadow Treasurer with Peter Dutton, Taylor was the architect of Liberal policies for higher taxes, bigger deficits, more debt, getting rid of work from home, sacking of tens of thousands of frontline workers, and a $600 billion taxpayer-funded nuclear scheme. And Taylor worked from day one to undermine the Liberals' first female leader. Angus Taylor, just another Liberal.
Wouldn't mind a bit of fact-checking there, but that's a window into how tough the Albanese government intends to play this political game between now and the next election, starting with a by-election, of course, in Sussan Ley's seat of Farrer, which could potentially be a five-cornered contest. Now, One Nation have already revealed it will stand a candidate. The seat is held by around 6%. The Liberals will try and hold it, so will the Nationals. They'll have a candidate, presumably, and word is a local independent's going to stand as well. Now, what Taylor doesn't want is an early loss in his new job. And boy, does he have some hurdles coming up. I suspect the South Australian election result for the Liberals won't be much good either. Sussan Ley ends a 25-year political career today. And I've said before that I think the way she handled herself post-Bondi was very well done. I think she covered herself in glory after that. She understandably got emotional today, as you would expect after that time in Parliament. Here she is.
When I came to the leadership of the Liberal Party 9 months ago, my mother had just died. One of the things she said was, when something ends in sadness, don't dwell on the disappointment. Be grateful that you had it at all. I'm not sure what comes next for me. I look forward to stepping away completely and comprehensively from public life.
Classy. Now, given her lengthy political career, Sussan qualifies under the old politician superannuation scheme that has been watered down these days. Looks like she is going to qualify, though, because she's in the old pension, for a pension of around $220,000 a year for life, unless she chooses, of course, to take a lump sum, and that money is tax-free. So not too many tears when you learn that. Predictably, ex-Liberal Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull chose his media outfit of choice, the ABC, and showed his character these days using an abusive term to describe Angus Taylor.
The curious thing about a lot of people say about Angus Taylor is he is the best qualified idiot they've ever met. I mean, this is a tough thing to say, but that what they're saying is this guy's got all these degrees, he's got all of these qualifications, he's a Rhodes Scholar, mind you, they're a dime a dozen. Look at me and Tony Abbott. But the bottom line is that he has not delivered the sort of the positive policy agendas, the real achievements in government that you'd expect from somebody with those qualifications. I mean,
this, of course, from the bloke that lost all of the seats that Tony Abbott won. This is the bloke who wouldn't come out of his harbour mansion days, for hours and hours on the night that he managed to win an election by one seat. I mean, Malcolm Turnbull is a disgrace. And to call Angus Taylor an idiot, I mean, come on, Malcolm. I mean, even you surely have got more class than that. And hours after the new leader took over, he gave us all a glimpse, I think, of what the new Liberals might look like. For a start, 6 Australian flags behind him. That gets a tick. I would say that Taylor's 7-minute address was delivered nervously, which is understandable, but I would make one small point, and I'm trying not to be pedantic here. Angus Taylor read from a written speech. He kept looking down to make his points. Now, I would have thought if you were up there and you'd just taken over as the leader of the Liberal Party and you were speaking from a place of passion, from your heart, speaking from the heart, speaking, your honesty, then in my view, you don't need notes. I mean, here he was on one of the points I think he needs to keep hammering.
We're united and focused and put the Australian people first. We can confront the challenges of the times. And there are many. So many Australians can't afford to buy a home. Australians who are working 2 jobs are juggling whether they can feed their families or pay their electricity bills.
For God's sake, stop looking down. I mean, if you feel strongly about this stuff and it's part of your central theme of what your new government's going to be about, just look at the people and say it. So now his job is policy. Can I be so bold as to give him a couple of tips in starting the long road back for the Liberal Party? Taylor and his colleagues need to tell voters who have left for One Nation and other places answers to these questions and what they're going to do about it. Tell parents and grandparents of Australian children what they will do, the Liberal Party, to get those youngsters into a house, a unit, a flat, to get a roof over their head. What will Taylor and his colleagues do to make sure Australia uses all of its resources, coal, gas, uranium, wind, sun, to make energy here cheap again and save Australian businesses? What will he do to change the immigration policies that are swamping the country and crippling our big cities? What migrants will he target? How many? What's the number? When will he tell us that? And where will these people go to live? How he will give Australian taxpayers, and this is very important, and small businesses relief from crippling tax hikes and red tape. So energy, tax, migration. Will he be bold enough, tough enough, smart enough? Time will tell. For me, though, the jury is still out.